Welcome to the We Knife YouTube studio, guys. Today we have Series 2 of the Armed Forces Inspired Knives.
Let me get that again. There we go.
There you got it. Guys, this is the second round. We released last month a slew of new Armed Forces inspired knives. It's a huge batch of knives, guys, and these things are incredible. These are really, really cool knives. They are limited editions.
Yep.
So, like I mentioned and like we talked about previously, there's roughly 200 of each of these versions that are available, and when they're gone, they're gone. And we have a special limited edition packaging. They do come with your certificate of authenticity showing the number and the authenticity of those. But we have a lot to go through.
Yeah, we got these 4 different versions. I'll take off 3 of these. Keep them organized.
So what we're gonna do on this video, guys, put it on 1.5 speed or whatever. We're gonna go through all 4 different models all together so that we can kind of figure out how to get through this. Alright, so let's start off with the Army series. And again, this is the second series, which is actually cleverly milled into the pocket clip. So you can see right here you've got the 02 number, and we're going to have that on all of these knives to show that it's the second series of the knives for that particular branch. On the blade here you can see that it's got the engraving for your serial number to show you that it is the limited edition. And then you've got all of these really cool subtle features that kind of show which branch of a service branch the knife kind of belongs to. So again, this is inspired again with some Army elements. Around the pivot we've got the milled designs, like your tank tracks or the spokes that those ride on. So kind of an overbuilt style, which is really, really cool. Massive thumb stud.
It is a very big thumb stud, and you are correct. These are very tank-like. They're very overbuilt, very strong, very hefty feeling.
Yeah, yeah. Now this thumb stud, with the positioning and where it's at, I will tell you it's actually very difficult to use. You get a much better action using the flipper on this particular knife, and so it ends up being more of a style kind of a piece here. I love this this little titanium inlay milled star that you've got on there. Just a lot of features, and as you look at this knife, you see that it really is a lot going on.
There's tons of different little Easter eggs on all of these, whether you're on the backspacer, on the show side, on the frame lock side. We have these 3 different variations on this one. We have the blacked out version with the black blade, the blacked out titanium handle with kind of subtle accents, kind of like that bronze accents on your hardware. Then you have the brown kind of camo version with the bronze accents and the 2-tone blade. And then you have this kind of really cool, kind of green-ish.
Green anode titanium.
That green titanium, kind of with that distressed look on that titanium, kind of stonewashed or sandblasted, with that really nice clean stonewash blade as well.
Great versions. I love all of the millwork that's on here. The backspacer, it's a giant backspacer with milling throughout that pairs up and matches perfectly with the milling and the lines on the rest of the handle. So, like you said, it's a big, heavy-duty, hefty knife. I like this clip point style blade.
You tell me. You tell me.
I like it. It's an aggressive-looking blade with a nice hollow grind. And then you've got that again the milled cutout in the top where you have that massive thumb stud. Nice swedge on the top here as well, giving it really, really classic, really, really pretty lines.
Yeah, and with all these knives that we're going to go over right now, we'll just put the specs in our description where you can go to a link and get that exact model that you want. Because all these are very in that 3.5-inch blade range. But it's really nice because with these backspacers, they are milled out so neatly where it kind of just fits in, so your blade to handle ratio is pristine.
Yeah, the backspacer extends just beyond the end of your handle there, and your blade fits right in there. So yeah, it's you got a lot of blade on these knives, and like you mentioned, they're going to be between 3.5 and 3.8 inches roughly for all of these knives. So check the specs for specifics on those. Alright guys, there you have the second of the Army Series knives. Available on June 27th. That's when all these are coming out. Guys, these are all titanium handles with Bowler M390 blade steel. Pick a favorite and add it to the collection. What's your favorite of these here? I'm gonna ask your favorite here. Easy. Easy blackout. Okay.
Blacked out.
And then which one is your favorite of all models? We'll talk about that next.
I think it's Bogey.
The Bogey? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll move to Bogey next. I agree. The blacked out version. I love the little bronze.
The subtle accents. Yep.
But
I do really like that kind of antique finish or distress finish on that green tie. So it does look really nice.
Totally agree. All right. Next up,
Bogey.
the Bogey. This is our Air Force inspired selection. And now these are not necessarily designed to represent any specific Air Force, guys. We're a worldwide company and we sell and make knives for everybody. So we're taking elements from aviation and Air Forces in general and kind of putting them into these things. When you look at the lines on these, look at that. Don't you get kind of like the lines of a plane? You know, you've got your window, your cockpit, you've got some really sleek design. So the styling on this knife is very different from the styling on an Army knife, as it should be. We've got 3 versions of this. Again, they're titanium handles and Bowler M390 blade steel. Is the blackout your favorite still on this one?
Yeah, it's going to be the blackout.
You gotta expand your horizons just a little bit.
I just think it looks so mean. It looks really nice. However, the two-tone on this blue and that satin, kind of like that. Oh, it's almost like a hand-rubbed satin flat right there on that blue one.
Yeah.
Because it kind of goes with the blade. I think that is really clean and is really nice.
I agree.
And you do get a two-tone finish
but
too.
my favorite is the all gray though, on this particular model right here. There's again, just like the other knives in these Armed Forces series knives, you get the addition right here in the pocket clip. I really like the pocket clip on this one, where it's got that hole milled out in there.
Yeah, it's good to note that all these knives have a different, very customized pocket clip for each version. And they are going into, like, obviously with different aesthetics, different ergonomics, all of that. But they all feel, like, very just overbuilt.
Yeah, they've all got a nice thick handle. Again, specs coming in the links below. But big back spacers, so they're carrying some similar features throughout all of these Armed Forces series knives. But then again, designed specifically for each branch of the military. I really love the shape of the blade on this thing.
It's kind of like that clippy sheep's foot.
It's like it starts with a clip and then goes to a reverse Tonto.
Yeah. You tell me in the comments. But you have a really nice blade hole right here for activation, and then you have a really subtle flipper tab, which is really nice. So it doesn't there's no massive pocket pecker there, which is nice.
It's got a really good sound to it as well, that I hope you guys can hear. It sounds really, really good on this knife. Got a nice little tink to it. And it's a nested liner lock inside the titanium frame. This one is a little bit different. The other versions that we're releasing here are frame locks, but this is a nested liner lock, and so it's a little more subtle. Got some nice milling on the inside of that liner lock right there to grab onto, and then there's some significant millwork on the inside of the handle to lighten up the frame of this knife, which I really appreciate. I like that.
Yeah, you have the right milling on the inside of your show side, so you can activate that lock bar. Just all the good things. The chamfering and the milling on the edges makes so that there's no really hot spots in your hand. It just feels really good. I wear a size large glove. This fits my hand just well. And yeah, like we said on the other one, all these blades will probably be in that 3.5 inch range, and we'll see the specs down below.
Yep. Another thing to notice on these that you pointed out actually earlier as we were starting, they've all got an integrated stop pin that is on the blade, which is really cool. The millwork that's involved around the stop pin and the pivots on these things is really, really cool. On this particular version, you have this window in the back that kind of matches up with the window on the blade. And then as your blade is coming around, you kind of get to see some of the action that's happening there with it all moving up through. So again, it's very visually pleasing.
And that's why I think this one was my favorite, just because the lines were just kind of like, it's just nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm saying nice a lot in this video, so I apologize, but it's just nice.
All right, guys, there's the Bogey. This is your second series in the Air Force themed knives, and let's move on to
The Barracks.
the Barracks. Next up, guys, the Barracks. This is your Marine inspired set, version 2. Again, we've got a nice clip point blade on there.
That thwack is crazy.
It's got a good thwack. You're right. They all sound very different. Each of these knives in the different series. So 3 different versions here. We've got your. I really like this. Okay, so we've got the green scales with a black backspacer and black pocket clip. A lot of times pocket clip is the word that just escapes me that I can't think of.
You're like, what is that? What is that thing?
That is a pocket clip. And a black 2-tone blade. This one's kind of surprising, because when you're looking at it and you see the black blade on the top here, you see the black accents and that, and then when you flip it out, you get that shiny portion on there that's a little bit surprising. I like that detail.
Yeah, you have the grind lines right on that blade. You have that nice black finish, kind of like a glossy satin finish on there. So it gives it just a really nice look to it. And like you said, it does definitely pop on that shiny blade. Then you have that Digicam with the 2-tone black finish. You have the kind of like satin black with the stonewash black on the blade.
Again, black backspacer and black pocket clip and pivot. So you're getting those nice accents there. And then we got the bronze with these stonewashed black, kind of a slightly distressed stonewash here. I actually really like
that is
the finish on that.
So each blade on this version each blade is going to be different.
Yep. Again, on the pocket clip, you have the 02 milled in. That shows you that it's the second series in the collection, and roughly 200 of each of these available, just like in all of the others.
Overall, and again, wear a size large glove, fits the forehand, full grip, really nice jimping. This is aggressive jimping on the top here. Nice thumb position, like cut out on the top, and it's kind of got that clip point. Yeah, it's a clip point. You can tell me if I'm wrong. Yeah. But yeah, clip point blade, rocking that nice finger groove. So middle finger flick is definitely doable if Kyle can get it.
Oh, that was your left hand too.
That was my left hand.
You're left-handed and you just moved it to your right hand.
I did.
To do the middle finger flip.
It's weird, guys. Make fun of me.
That's a little odd, but it works. It works. The middle finger flip works. The flipper works great. It's got a good thwack.
And lines again are nice.
A lot of details in here. I like the star milled into the handle back here. Just following along with the general theme, and there you go, guys.
Last but not least, we got one more left.
Last one. The Navy series.
This is called the Capstan. Look at that old black one, Seth.
See, for these, I gotta go blue camo. Because it's navy, it gives me the water vibes. It's shiny. That's the one.
Yeah, but the old black Tonto, bro.
It's stealthy.
Stealthy.
Here we go, guys. The 3 versions. Again, Bowler M390 blade with titanium handles. Similar features to the others. Roughly, probably a 3.8 inch blade, or roughly on this. Nice Tonto style blade.
Yeah, you have a really cool compound grind on there. So you have that nice Tonto edge that kind of swoops down, but gives you a really nice clean follow through all the way to the bottom of the edge.
That's beautiful. Beautiful grinds on the blade here.
And on that particular version, with the grind, you're able to see the two different grinds really well.
Right, where you have the vertical grind on the flat blade here, and then angled on the Tonto. That's
Because then you have the two other versions where you have that full blackout, where you have that black stonewash with the black handle. Also blacked out hardware, at least on the show side, where you do have some very subtle accents. And then on the back side, you do have just the two hardware pieces that you see there, which is really nice and kind of unique for this version, is that the hardware on the show side is hidden. You don't have, you literally have just your pivot, and that's it.
Yep. We've got our Series 2 on the clip, just like the others. And again, like you mentioned earlier, these all have a very custom, very different pocket clip for each one.
The back spacer, again, is going to be milled out just perfect to fit the extra length of that blade. So blade and handle ratio is awesome.
Yep, the blade is actually longer than the handle, with the exception of that back spacer that covers it up.
Mm-hmm. You have jimping in all the right places, just for that thumb spot right there. You can obviously choke up if you want to do a nice little finger test. Because this is obviously with a Tonto blade, you're going to have those two edges. You got that main edge and then the Tonto edge.
And then on the handle on the underside, you got what I guess we can call jimping. You know, some really aggressive big jimping. Actually kind of gives your handle a lot of grip on that inside of the knife right there, and it also is giving me some wavy vibes. You know, again following in that navy theme. So exciting stuff here. So many new models. I mean, these could all be released individually as new Wee Knife models, but they're all coming out together along with this project that we've got going for our Armed Forces inspired knives. So here we go, guys. Second series. That's all 4 versions: the Muster, the Barracks, the Capstan, and the Bogey. They're going to have prices between $350 and $430, kind of in that range. Again, all the specs, all the prices, and all that are available in the links below. Let us know what your favorite is, though.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with the Bogey. Other than that, make sure you guys check out the other videos on our Severe channel and the other one we released here on the Wii channel, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.